Fatality.
Figure this out.
I'm only gonna get bigger. Niggas wanna see me lose. Point me to the money, I'ma move. This a motherfucking sticker. We want everything in twos. Being number one don't come with rules. Over how you figure. Bitches jumping out their shoes. How the fuck am I supposed to choose? Purple weed, even more liquor. Foreigns down the avenues. We got shit to fix your attitudes.
I got my baby hanging out the window. On some Michael Jackson shit, but my baby ain't 3 months old. It's a AR clip, yeah. Phone with the paper plates, y'all niggas in 208s, we in 2016. BMIH, Ghost Protocols, home cruise shit. Got the ooze in the stash with the rubber grip, and I ain't tripping. I'm in Turkey, Esteban, rolling out 50 bottles, 40 bitches, just 10 of us. I love my niggas, who the fuck can a nigga trust? Real drama when I call them niggas
I'm only
picking up.
gonna get bigger. Niggas wanna see me lose. Point me to the money, I'ma move. It's a motherfucking sticker. We want everything in twos. Being number one don't come with rules. Over how you figure. Bitches jumping out their shoes. How the fuck am I supposed to choose? Purple weed, even more liquor. Foreigns down the avenues. We got shit to fix your attitudes.
School of hard knock grad, you wasn't up in my class. Knew all this nigga rob you in the Mardi Gras man. Catch him down bad, dirty as a graveyard. Mama working slave job, porridge me behind ball. Fuck I gotta say to y'all, nigga never gave me shit, I had to play baseball. Found a feeling bitch, it's the real talking on the mic. Streets got me scarred for life, all your scars come from falling off a bike. My niggas can't read or write, but they keep the heaters tight. Hit them up, I need to strike, I don't know how I sleep at night. I think I need space, cause the world's on my shoulder. Keep my enemies closer, my friends turning into
I'm only gonna get bigger. Niggas wanna see me lose. Point me to the foreigns down the avenues. We got shit. And with a copy, I've been occupied. Twin thighs block me in shrimp and lobster high. Now it feels like it's plain as bumping when my rhymes collide. You wouldn't divide, I see that bullshit with binocular eyes. My heart's my pocket size, check how I monopolize. Rapid fire hits the tire, hope your doctor nice. Cop the flights, my game proper, game changer, make you drop your price. I'm on the bucket list, bullets almost stopped my life. Now my heart's a block of ice, they doubted me, I shocked them twice. Powder V on sour D, man of the hour's me, the powerful know how it be. Give a fuck in no actuality. I'm only gonna get bigger. Niggas wanna see me lose. Point me to the money, I'ma move. It's a motherfucking sticker. We want everything in twos. Being number one don't come with rules. Over how you figure. Bitches jumping out their shoes. How the fuck am I supposed to choose? Purple weed, even more liquor. Foreigns down the avenues. We got shit to fix your attitudes.
Had it fed me gunpowder. All my brothers under the gun tower. My mama trying to catch crack sales on the lunch hour. My blunt sour, everything parked in the front hour. I tend to rob when I feel I'm amongst cowards. You know when some niggas is giving too much power, you gotta see if they know how to use it. Still shoot the chopper by my lonely, don't confuse it. All this fake rapper music, I better win before I lose. I put every bullet in this clip one by one. Once I do it, you gon' hear about what I've done. Yeah. My goal in this game is get rich like 50. Never touch another brick and get a bitch like Nicky.
I'm only gonna get bigger. Niggas wanna see me lose. Point me to the money, I'ma move. It's a motherfucking sticker. We want everything in twos. Being number one don't come with rules. Over how you figure. Bitches jumping out their shoes. How the fuck am I supposed to choose? Purple weed, even more liquor. Foreigns down the avenues. We got shit to fix your attitudes.
Fatality.
You dig? It's going down like that there. We finna hit you upside the motherfucking head with nothing but gangster music, man. Hey, Who Kid, I want you to hit him upside the head and let's take off, y'all.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Top Cast. I am your host, the incredible T.O.P. That was It's a Stick Up by G Unit. I hope y'all like it, because this is a motherfucking stick up. And I just want you motherfuckers to know that I already prepared myself for this shit. So please go try to tell my job that I'm doing YouTube because they're probably going to laugh at you. Subscribe to my YouTube page and come ask me where they could get an A from. Anyway, I'm joined again by my guest, ToneYouAFool, who just had a comedy show that we go get into a little bit later, and the young homie, Markeith Rowe from I Don't Give a Fuck Media. Welcome back, gentlemen. Glad to have you. How you doing?
Doing
I'm
good, man.
good,
Doing good.
man. I'm A1.
Good, good. Welcome back. How was your show, Tone?
Oh man, it went good, man. We had some good laughs, man. It was a fun time.
Definitely, definitely. Like I said previously, we're gonna get into that. You do have a clip uploaded on your Instagram for all you folks listening. Tone and Rose social media information is in the video description below already. Go check out Tone and Rose on Instagram and their other social media. Particularly Tone because he just put a comedy. He just did a comedy show. He put a short video up on his Instagram for you guys to check out. That we'll get into a little bit later. What's going on with you, Ro? I heard the police over there earlier. You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. I had to find me a little spot to tuck in LA. You know, you might hear it again. You know what I'm saying?
I know that's right. Hey, I'm from Newark, New Jersey. You know, that's how we get down on the east side. It's all day action. It never stops. That's why I now live in the South, where it's nice and quiet. But anyway, we just here to kick it, and we basically freestyling. We just chopping it up for all the folks who are here to listen to what we have to say. We're just going to be a little bit of funny stuff and a lot of serious stuff, and we hope you enjoy the show. Thanks for coming. Anything you guys notice in the past week since we last spoke, and as far as current events go, that you guys are chomping at the bit to talk about?
Nah, I got to get up on my current events. My TV be off. Like I don't even really be keeping up with none of that shit. I need to because I'm a blogger, but I don't be keeping up. I be in my own little world to keep it a G.
Definitely, I understand. What about you, Tone?
I ain't really noticed nothing that made me say I want to talk about it, but a couple things I've been noticing is I notice all like I guess political type shit, but some shit with motherfuckers shooting at cops lately. Like I just watched. I think I sent it to you earlier. A video of a lady who just like she got stopped. Cop checked her bag. She chose to pop at him. Ended up getting popped, dying later or whatever. And reason like a couple days before that, it was some situation where I guess they was trying to get this lady out her house because her dude was beating on her or some crazy shit. And the dude just ran up in the house, sparking at both the police. Like I'm like. That's some weird shit I just peeped. There ain't nothing I particularly want to talk about. Just something weird. I was just like, the fuck is going on?
Hey, man, it's 2021. That's the kind of shit that seems to be the norm. I would say that when I was growing up, that we did have instances of things like that happening, but it just didn't seem like it was a normal thing or so prevalent like it seems to be today. I did check out that video. I thought that was it was crazy. You know, I mean, I just don't understand some people's thought process. And admittedly, one thing that I did see, I thought it was kind of comical because it's not the first. Go ahead. You want to say something?
I see what you mean. Go ahead. I see what you mean. I know why you say that.
There was something that I did see recently that I thought was kind of comical because I seen something similar to it some months ago, and that was the dude was out with his lady, and the chef like fed her a piece of steak off of a knife, and she like held Yeah, Salt Bay. That's what they call her. Yeah, that was crazy. But the reason why I wanted to speak on it is because this is one of the reasons why I advocate that dudes don't take women out on dinner dates, because things like that happen. And that guy looks like she made him look like a complete fool.
Yeah.
That was
And
pretty wild.
she probably still to this point don't understand what the hell she did wrong.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something about women, especially because I know both of you guys are significantly younger than me. The Roe is like 35, so he's 10 years younger than me. You 30, so you 15 years younger than me. That literally means like when I was 10, neither one of y'all was born yet. But I say that to say that not necessarily that I'm like this super goddamn player with women, but I know a lot about women because I spent a lot of time in my life around women, relatives and non-relatives. But women know exactly what the fuck they be doing. They just don't give a fuck.
Yes, bro.
And most guys don't get that. They don't understand that.
Yeah, it's hard. I get it.
Go ahead. My bad.
Oh no, I thought you said, but yeah, it's hard for a lot of people to grasp the concept. Like, wait, why? Like, hold on, is this motherfucker? And it's funny because like in the back of your mind, you know what I'm saying. You like, no way that this motherfucker not doing it on purpose. And then you be like, but how's this motherfucker faking this?
Yeah,
you know what I'm
saying?
And that's when niggas get fucked up.
I mean, like, you would never see a pimp's hoe do some shit like that. She would know better, you know what I'm saying? Like, she do shit like that all the time. Like, this just happened to be on camera, but if she go that far to do that shit, like, she be punking that nigga all the time. That's all it is. Like,
that moment should have been his enlightenment.
Like she should have looked like a bitch that's in check. She would have looked at him like, oh shit, I better not do this. She went right in. That means she disrespect that dude all the time. Like,
no hezzy.
None whatsoever. Nope. And that video, I don't know if it's a real video or if it's one of the, because on the internet nowadays, most of this shit is fake. You'll be thinking that you watching some shit that's real and it be totally contrived. But I just say that to say that I don't know not, but if it is a lesson in it for guys in regards to women. And one is you have to be mindful when you take women out in public. This is why it's very important to know what kind of woman you're dealing with, because you fuck around, you don't know what kind of woman you're dealing with. You get out in public and it's the kind of shit she'll do, and you might end up being embarrassed depending on what kind of guy you are. So that was one of the things that I took from it. And another thing that I took from it is like I just said, but see, I already know this. So when I seen it, I already immediately said to myself, oh, she really just don't give a fuck about this dude at all. She really don't have no respect for him. Because if a woman got respect for you, she would never do shit like that in your presence. She'll do that. She'll do that kind of shit when she like out with her girlfriends or something and they be wilding out, you know what I'm saying? But she would never, if she respects you as a man, especially if you're dealing with her like that on an intimate level, she would never ever do anything like that. Ever.
Yeah, she had no fear. She had no fear when she did it. I mean,
she attacked that
women are silly. Women are silly. She probably would. I think all women they probably would want to do that, because that's Salt Bay, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole thing. They would want to do it, but some of them know, like, oh, I better not do this right here, right now with him. He don't play that shit. Like, I better don't. They'll go, like you said, they'll go out with their homegirls and say, don't record this shit, but I'm about to do it. But if they respect the dude, they're not gonna do it in front of dude's face. And you see his face, like, she didn't look at him like, oh, I'm scared. Like, I wonder what he's gonna say. Like, she looked at him like, man, I ain't worried about you, man. You ain't gonna do shit.
She was
legit shot her shot right in front of him.
Yeah, she had that look of I appreciate all this male attention on her face. That's So I mean, like guys most guys totally miss. Ghost Rider in the house. No, so most guys totally miss the little subtle signs that women give off, and this is one of them. You know what I'm saying? But he could have picked up on this, out of her without
way
having
before now.
way before now without having to put himself out there in the public, and put himself out there as a public spectacle, whether it was intentional or not. But it's just something that I think that guys can learn from, because most of my content is not about women. It's mostly about men because, like I always say, the problem is not women, it's guys. We don't really understand what we're dealing with when we're dealing with women. And so my content, if you look over the entirety, it's sprinkled with different, tidbits here and there, different gems about chicks. But I don't want my content to be based solely about females. I don't want to get pigeonholed to just talking about women. Because in my conversation, that's gonna be my conversation every time I get on YouTube live. And I don't want to pigeonhole myself to that.
If you look at like TikTok and stuff, like if you just go through the videos, like these dudes think that type of shit is funny. They even make skits about letting women disrespect them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I better wash dishes before my fucking wife comes. Like that shit don't be funny to me because it's like you got these young people watching this shit thinking it's okay for a woman to treat you like that, to disrespect you, to hit you upside the head with your purse, like with her purse and shit like that. Like that shit is not funny. But that shit is rampant. Niggas be laughing and shit in the skits, like, oh, she's so stupid. Like, man, if you don't, that's why your bitch gonna get fucked. That's exactly why she cheat on your ass, because you goofy and you allow shit like that.
What's the name of that show with that Ted Bundy guy?
I don't know, Ted Bundy. I think ain't that motherfucker dead now? He's a serial killer.
No, not the other guy. What's the other guy name? The one he had a TV show, white guy. He used to always be talking shit about his wife being fat and talking shit about.
You talk about Al Bundy and Married with Children?
Al Bundy.
Al Bundy. Yeah, Al Bundy.
That
Al
nigga
Bundy
used to crack me up because like most of the TV shows was like how he said, how they all are like, oh, I gotta do this before my wife comes home. Like even with like Family Matters. Like look how Harriet was to Carl. You see what I'm saying? Like, but Al Bundy in his show, he was more like when she came at him with bullshit, he's like, come on, he'd be always like, cut it out. And she spent the entire show chasing him.
Man, I used to come home just every time that a new episode came on. I used to rush home to watch Married with Children. Oh, Roe dropped out, but he'll be back. He'll be back. Just part of the technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Us black folks, we don't run this shit. We ran it. This shit would definitely work because we make shit work. When it don't work, like EBT cards. Yeah, man. I try to impress upon guys, man, that it's much more to life than just with women, dealing with women, and that if you have problems with women, then you don't really have problems with women. You have problems elsewhere in your life. It's just manifesting as a problem with women because that's what you're doing right now, this second.
Right.
But if you don't have enough confidence to go up and talk to a woman, in all likelihood, you're not confident in probably most other areas of your life. So if you could fix the confidence in other areas of your life, it will translate into confidence when it comes to dealing with women. Guys make this shit way too hard. And my personal opinion is most of the folks that claim to be red pill are really cipher. They're not really red pill. They really still sleep. Like, you know how like in the Matrix when Neo woke up and he's seen all those people still in those pods. Most of the folks on YouTube and in general in the world are like that. They sleepwalking. To sum it up in one word. But there you go. Welcome back. Well, welcome back. Did you have to take a GTA break? Did the sirens pop back on? Wow, you
Yeah, I
good?
had to
You
go
sure?
had to go hide in the bushes real quick.
I believe.
And Grand Theft Auto 7, y'all, is featuring Roe. You gotta do the old school, you know, like with the Nintendo joystick, to put in the code to get the character, you know what I'm saying? And then you too could be like Roe.
Damn,
I
man.
nigga. Ro is something that I've been meaning to have a conversation with you about, and I wanted to actually do a live about it, but now that I have you here, is no better time than the present because you know we may never even make it around to being able to do that. But um, you have a interesting living situation going on, and I believe you call it van life.
Yeah.
And if you could you share with the folks some details about what that's about? And the reason why I'm asking you is because in order to live that kind of lifestyle, you have to be somewhat frugal. And I live the same way, so I can identify, although I don't live in a van. But if you will, please.
Oh yeah. Well, shit. Like right when I got out of my last relationship, I was like, all right, where I'm gonna move because we was living together. And me, I always been the type of person. I'm like, man, I'm trying to save as much money as possible. So, I'm looking at alternative living situations, and I come across these van life people. I'm like, oh, okay, for sure. Like, damn. I'm like, damn, all right, I could do that shit. Then I start looking up shit and trying to figure out where to park and all the details and how it worked. And then I was just like, I'm gonna do this shit because I also wanted to challenge myself. It wasn't necessary. It ain't necessarily about me just living in a van. Like I got family in LA. I got friends with houses and homes. Like I got a full-time job. I work 40 to 60 hours a week. I can afford to pay rent. That's not the issue. It was more about me, challenging myself. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna hop in this joint. So I went and cop me a soccer mom minivan, you know what I'm saying? And I took all the seats out. I put a bed in that bitch. And the reason why I picked a minivan because you can it's pretty much stealth. Like you can slide in anywhere, like nobody even will notice that you there, So I got the windows blacked out so you can't see in there. And I was just like, fuck it. And it's pretty easy, to be honest. I've been doing it. It's probably been almost 2 years now. It's not as hard as people think, like everything that you can do in your home, I do every day. Like I shower every day. Like on my channel, I get people asking me shit like, oh, like, how do you shower? Like, oh, well, shit, you go to the gym. Like, you know what I'm saying? They ask me crazy shit like, how is it cold at night? Well, they got sleeping bags that you can sleep in, that you can sleep outside with. Like that's what I got. I got a camping sleeping bag. Soon as you get in that joint, like you good to go. Like you instantly warm. So and plus I'm in Southern California, so the weather don't get too bad. And yeah, man, I just been rocking. Like why pay rent when I could just pay myself? That's my thing. I ain't got no kids, I ain't got no girl, I ain't got none of that. This is the perfect time for me to get my shit together. And I actually like it because I was only gonna do it temporarily, but now I'm moving more towards like, okay, now I want to get an RV. I want to get some big shit. That was just a little starter shit. And honestly, I don't really be in my van like that. It's pretty much just a sleeper. Like, when I get off work, I hop out of my car that I work in and I go get in my van, I sleep, then I get up and I get right back to it. And it also keeps me on my toes. It doesn't allow me to get comfortable. It like forces me to work harder. And it's not even hard. It's easy, to be honest. I would recommend anybody that's you ain't got no kids, no family or nothing, anybody that's struggling, you going through some shit, you need to get right real quick, I would suggest everybody do it. I mean, why go to a job that you hate and get your paycheck and give it to somebody else all the time? Like, you might, if you're gonna hate your job, you might as well keep your fucking money.
Yeah.
But you know,
And
most people ain't willing to make the sacrifice to get right. You know, I want to prove to myself that I'll make any sacrifice to get where I want to go, and that's where I'm at with it right now.
facts. I commend you on that because that's some real man shit. That's some grown ass man shit. That's the kind of thinking that most guys don't have, which is why they have a lot of problems that they do. And again, the reason why I brought up the topic is because I recognize that you have to discipline yourself financially to even take on such an endeavor, because once you are into it and you're doing it, a lot of dudes had never had that much money in their life at one time, just saved up. But I would say that if you are going to make that kind of move, you need to have a ultimate plan or goal. I
Right,
would
right.
I wouldn't suggest that it's something that you do for the remainder of your life. At the very least, you would want to probably upgrade, like what you mentioned, from a van to something more homely, like
Right.
like one of those RV joints, which is pretty cool. And to be honest, I was thinking about that too. The older I get, because being in an RV, you pretty much your home is wherever you roll.
Exactly.
All
That's
right.
the best part
I
right
was
there.
gonna ask,
Go ahead,
what
Tom.
was the hardest? What was the hardest transition from like to van life? Like, what was the
Um,
hardest thing to like, I guess, switch to, or like adjust to?
I mean, to be honest, the hardest thing to adjust to was people. You know what I'm saying? Because people are so fucking judgmental and they so small minded. Like, my whole family was against everybody. Like, "Hey, why the fuck are you doing that?" So I had to adjust to that. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do what I want to do mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like, living in the van is so fucking easy. I go to the gym all the time anyway. I was already showering at the gym. They got 24-hour gyms. I can get clean whenever I want to, and it's just like, the hardest part was just dealing with people. And that's why I started my page, because I was like, you know what? I'm about to just put my shit out there. Like, I ain't got no fucking fear. Like, I ain't worried about nobody judging me. That's why I put my page out there, Van Life Row. If you want to follow me on Instagram or TikTok, I put my page out there just for that reason, so I can get over that shit. Like, I didn't have to deal with too much. Me and my pops, we didn't even got to some little debates here and there, because he ain't trying to hear that. It's just, they just see some dude living in a van, and they don't know that I got a plan. Like, I got some real shit that's gonna pop off, and I want to be free. That's my ultimate goal in life, is to be free, like, to not have to answer to nobody. And the best way to not have to answer to people is to make sure all your money go to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could work any job I want to. If you live in a van, you could work any job you want to and you'll still have money. It's impossible to go broke. It don't matter if you fucking working at McDonald's. Like, right now, like, I'm on my break on Uber. Like, my life has been stress free since I eliminated all them fucking bills. Like, I don't have worries. And that's what I want. That's how I want to live my life. So unless one day, like, I wake up and I feel like being stupid, like, I want to have a kid one day, of course I'm going to take that in. But like, I'm gonna give me an RV and I'm rolling with this shit for the long haul, because I want to be free.
I
That
feel
That's
shit
you.
like
dope.
that's true freedom right there. Like, people don't
Mhm.
understand. I wish more people would just open their mind up. But this is true freedom, when you can just get up and just do whatever you want to do. Like, that's happiness to me. It ain't, and it's just like, it ain't about how much you spend. It ain't about how much you make. It's about how much you spend. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody has to be broke. If you broke, that's an excuse. And I understand people have it tougher than me, people that got families and kids and shit. But if you got a full-time job and you broke, mm, I would tell you to do this. But most people will be like, man, I ain't doing that. People gonna clown me, man. They gonna say I'm a bum. They gonna say I'm homeless. And like, nigga, why do you give a fuck? If you got a pocket for the money, why do you care what these motherfuckers say?
They about
Yeah,
the business.
I've been through a situation like that where um I was in a situation with a young lady, and people used to sit back and have words about what they thought was going on in the relationship between us, and they thought that I was basically using the young lady, but it wasn't even that kind of story. But nonetheless, I don't like live a van life type of thing. But what I do is I do live a very it's a word for it. I can't think of it right now.
Minimalist.
Minimalistic. I live a very minimalistic lifestyle, meaning that I save the majority of the money that I make, and I've been doing so for years. And I've gotten my cost of living down to a science where it's the same thing every month, and so I already know what it's going to cost me per year to live. And once I meet that quota, everything else is profit. But I think that the van life thing is a great idea, and also being a minimalist is a great idea for any man, black man especially, who is not in a committed relationship or marriage and doesn't already have children, because what Ro just pointed out is in fact quite true. You get a huge sense of freedom when you can move more how you want to, and
Right.
even more so when you're not bogged down by all of these I call them beggars with their hands out, because that's really what it amounts to. When you go get a loan for $1,000, you got to pay back more than $1,000 that you borrowed. So, that's a example of a motherfucker who got their hand in your pocket, or
Yo, Top, you still there? You went out.
is we seem to buy into this irrational idea that the more debt you in, the better of a person you are. Or
Right.
I never got that. Why would I put myself $75,000 in debt just to have the new Mercedes Benz
Stupid.
when that $75,000 could go to something more constructive? And really, I'm just buying the Benz to show off to other motherfuckers, because I could ride a Yugo to get to where I got to go. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
man.
Could have bought 2, 3 cars with that.
mhm,
Yeah.
exactly. A lot of people don't think that way, Tone. It's like we out here in a perpetual competition of keeping up with the Joneses, and showing off for other Negroes.
We like forward thinking. That's what it is.
hmm I agree.
We think now, now, and then you start experiencing. Oh shit! I shouldn't have done that because this happened. I wish I would have known, but you didn't think about it because you just want it now.
hmm
Yeah. I mean, the best lesson I learned is all of that shit that you think you need, you don't fucking need it. All of that shit. Everything. All you need is a roof over your head and food to eat. That's it. All of that other shit don't matter. They be like, oh, like the average person, he get money, he gonna get a bigger house, he gonna get a faster car, he gonna keep spending his money. And like you said, they're gonna be right in debt, but it's gonna look like they got everything under control. It's gonna look like they, oh, he the man right there. Like, yeah, but he gonna be paying bills for the rest of his life. By the time I'm 40, 45, like I'm gonna be living like a retired man, doing whatever the hell I want to do, but he gonna have to go to work. See, that's the beauty of it. I don't want to
You
have
become a
to go to
slave.
work. I want to go because I want to. I want to go work where I want to and do what I want to. Do what I want to do. Like if you start getting yourself in debt and you paying all these bills and a house and a car and all of that shit, which is nothing is wrong with that if you can afford it, but just know you're gonna have to work for that for the rest of your life. You lose your job, you done. Me, I lose my job. I'm like, all right, I got about a year before I ain't even worried. Like I'll find something.
Exactly.
I go deliver
Exactly.
pizza. Like I don't give a damn. Like I ain't gonna never be broke.
That's how my shit is set up right now. Where my shit is set up right now, because I've been working since I was 15 years old, with the exception of the time that I spun doing my prison bid. And even when I got out of prison, I've been working steadily since then. But I just say that to say that right now, if I decided that I didn't want to work for the next 12 months, I wouldn't have to, because I got enough money saved to not have to. And my cost of living is so low that I can afford to live off of just what I worked and saved. Not no investments, nothing extra, nothing besides just what I saved. And a lot of dudes, they take 2 and 3 and 10 and 50 steps backwards because they waste a lot of their resources doing shit to impress other people or to get women.
Exactly.
And I think that that's ass backwards thinking, and I don't advocate it. And I'm saying publicly on this live that I really suggest that for guys, younger guys than myself, such as, like Roe.
Yo.
Yo. Cricket wireless messing up again, huh?
Oh man, it was doing the same thing last night, man. I'm gonna have to check on this computer after this live. But I did an interview, not an interview, but a live last night with one of my YouTube followers, based off of a conversation that we had began to have, and it was doing the same thing last night. And I was supposed to go back and check that live to see how it came out in the end, but I didn't, because I had to do some other shit in my regular life. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna check on that, because this is not a good look. And I don't owe no internet bill or nothing, because I don't have cable. So I'm not exactly sure what this issue is. Who the fuck knows? But yeah, like I was saying, I would advise a lot of guys, to do exactly what Tone said, and that is to start thinking forward, thinking what this is incidentally, this is how you learn how to play chess. You have to think, if I make this move, what's going to be the response to it? Because that may make you change your mind. And as younger guys, especially because we black men, we already don't have a lot. So try to save and build, save as much as possible and actually build something, because that's another reason why, we had the problems that we have with women, is that, we don't build anything for them to have to submit to.
Right.
Or build anything, that we can use as leverage to punish them when they're not acting right.
Right.
And a lot of us, we squander the few pennies that we have trying to impress other black people who are literally and figuratively in the same boat that we're in.
Exactly.
So, that's just my take on that. Anything you guys got to offer?
It's a sad cycle, man, because it's kind of like everybody's putting on a show for no reason. If everybody kept it 100, like, hey, I'm broke as hell. Hey, I'm broke as hell. You would stop. But don't nobody want. Everybody got too much pride or something.
Everybody out here fronting, faking it till they make it, as the cliche goes.
Yeah,
man. When I did music or whatever, I hung with a chick who was like talking mad shit about all these girls, fake Gucci, fake stuff they had on, all that stuff, man. And I ended up dropping her off, right, and helping her take some of her stuff to her like apartment. First off, she stayed with 2 other people, and she lives in a corner of the living room with a curtain, but all her clothes real. Never spoke to her again.
Yeah, man. And it'll be females like that'll look at me living in a van and look down on me like, oh, I'm better than you. Like how? But it's cool though. I like the mystery, I don't want no target on my back. I used to be flashy. Like I had a car with the dubs and all that. I used to be flashy, but that shit don't mean nothing. Like I'd rather just have a pocket full of money, and I don't care if if I'm rich or broke. Y'all will never know if I'm rich or if I'm broke. Like I'm just in my own little lane because I don't care about impressing none of that. And I don't care what none of these dudes say. If you out here spending 100,000 on cars and clothes and shoes, everybody got their thing, Like some people like motorcycles, whatever. Everybody got something, but for the most part, if you buying designer clothes and you got like all these crazy amounts of jewelry and all of that shit, you doing it to impress women, bro. Let's be honest. Because if women didn't give a fuck, if women was like, I'm gonna only date men that live in tents on the freeway, guess what? These niggas will be buying Gucci tents and putting them on the fucking freeway.
Exactly.
That's facts. That's super facts. Um, and just to throw anecdote in there. This situation happened to me recently, back in December, where me and a female that I met, I was introduced to, and we ended up hanging out on a quote unquote date. I don't really go on dates, but that's another story. Um, and we was kicking it, and when I explained to her, look, this is what I'm into. This is what I'm trying to do with myself. You know what I'm saying? These are my long range plans. You know what I'm saying? She was looking at me out, side eye like, nah, I can't rock with that. That shit don't even sound like it's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? You know how we could be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it had it had to do with the fact that that attitude coming from her had to do more with the fact, I believe, that I'm not a flashy dude. You know what I'm saying? So for a female wouldn't know what the fuck, she would literally have to come to my house to know that I have anything. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm just like,
Yeah.
so I don't
Low key.
stand out. I don't try to stand out. You know what I'm saying? But it's deliberate because I live my life a certain way, and that way is I want to preserve and conserve as much as I can that I've worked for. Because, like Ro was saying earlier, a lot of us, we work and bust our ass just to spend the little bit of money that we make on shit that don't amount to nothing. Like Nas said, by the time you can afford the car, it's no longer even important to you
Right.
because you done moved on to something else. But a lot of us, unfortunately, get stuck in that rut.
Yeah, I mean, shit. If you want to be real, like I guarantee, all these stimulus checks is going around with all these $1,400 stimulus kids. That shit gonna be
Mhm.
gone in 3 months.
Yeah.
Most of these
Man.
black people, that shit
True.
gonna be fucking gone. They gonna spend that shit on crab legs and fucking
And
dumb shit.
bills, past due bills.
Exactly. They and black people should be up. Like, you remember when people were scamming the EDD? Like, I don't
Mhm.
understand how y'all got away with the scamming and y'all still broke. Like, y'all got away with it. Like,
Right.
y'all was making 20, 30,000, passing for 100,000, doing all this crazy shit, and you still broke. You's a dumb, a dumb nigga.
Man, like Tone said earlier, man, we have a tendency, and I would say that this is a result of our historical ordeal of what we had to go through as a group of people. But we're not forward thinking people. We don't even really have time to sit around and think because we on social media, or
Mm-hmm.
we working,
It's
or
all about the community.
we fronting for other people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, we don't think 50 or 100 years in the future. which is why we are in the situation that we are in as a group of people. Sad to say, but that's what the reality is.
Yeah, man.
Good
I think a
evening.
lot of
Good
it
evening,
too,
Dave.
man. I would, huh?
I was pardon me, Tone. I don't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to say good evening to my main man Dave. He just popped in, and then after your comments, we'll get to Mr. Cam's comment. But go ahead,
Okay.
Tone.
I was gonna say that a lot of it, I think too, and not to be like no woman bashing type of thing. A lot of that come from us being raised by one side, because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the ways, like the ways women spend money is the way we kind of all spend money as a whole at this point. Like,
Mm-hmm.
ooh, nice this, ooh, flashy that, ooh, I want that, I get it. It's about the now, the feeling of the now, and not really too concerned with the later. And you
Mm-hmm.
don't have that dad that's like, whoa, man, you do that, you're gonna be broke. And then show you like he like, okay, I had to experience it. So I'm gonna let my son, my daughter experience it so they know, hey, this ain't how you wanna be. You don't want to blow through your money. You don't want to spend your first paycheck on a brand new phone because now how you gonna eat?
Mm-hmm.
You know, now you had to starve for 2 weeks. You had to go to work hungry. You work at a fast food joint. You had to cook food that you could never eat for 2 weeks. You're like, okay, my money, my time, my money is my time, and my time is worth more than a fucking phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Worth more than yeah.
I see us individually, and collectively. We waste a lot of the resources that we work so hard to get, and we waste it on shit that has no value. Take a car for instance. When I started trucking, I think the first year I made like 60 grand. Some cars cost $60,000 in a year. But as soon as you go buy that car, it immediately depreciates. So you buying something that is not worth anything, but yet you'll throw it up in somebody else's face that look just like you, which is what we have a tendency to do as Black people, as if you've done something miraculous.
Right.
And that those type of behaviors, it's kind of like the Freddy Krueger nails on the chalkboard. That's what it's like for me. It's like that's how it makes.
Yeah.
And I won't say that I don't understand it. I understand it in a context, but what I don't get is how otherwise intelligent people could be so stupid.
Well, you gotta think about it. Like, anybody that grew up in the hood can attest to this. It's just like if you ain't had the new Jordans when you pulled up to your high school, you wasn't shit. Like you could be the smartest dude, you could have a 4.0 GPA, got scholarships, be the best dude. But if you didn't have a pair of Jordans on your feet, you wasn't nothing. You could have the brightest future in the world, oh, but he ain't got the J's though. But I'm smarter than you. Oh, but he don't got Jordans on his feet, so you use a bum. And then some of the females will be looking like, oh, I'm not gonna date him because he got them shoes on. Like I'm gonna go date this dude that got a 1.9 GPA. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different topic, but I'm gonna date this dude that got a 1.9 GPA and he's just fun to be around. Like I don't want to date that. I want to date that clown that's rocking them beat up shoes. And then that's when that red pill race shit start because women be on that. These dudes be hurt by that. Like, damn, like I was smart, I was this, I was that, I was this, I was that. And then they grow up and they get money. Now they overcompensate and now they are buying that Benz and that big house because that girl in high school wouldn't talk to him because he didn't have Jordans on. Which that we all know that's not the reason. He just didn't have game, but y'all get what I mean, right?
Right.
Oh, indeed, indeed. As a matter of fact, to be frankly honest, um, I've never really been a materialistic person like that. So name brand shit don't really matter so much to me. Now I do like nice quality things, and generally when I buy things, I don't just buy them for buying, for the sake of buying them. They have to serve a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But I experienced a little bit of that in my younger years, in my early teens, where like in middle school, for instance, I wore Converses, not the Chuck Taylors, but you know, modern day Converses. I wanted Jordans. Shit, I don't think I got my first pair of Jordans until like 1989. You see what I'm saying? 1989, 1990, something like that. I was already damn near an adult. But the reason why I brought that up is because up until I bought my last pair of Jordans, you know, from after I bought my last pair of Jordans, it didn't really mean anything to me. You know, I liked the shoes, and you know, other people obviously liked them too. But for me personally, it never really had any significant meaning to me. So that's why, you know, materialistically speaking, you know, I've never been that kind of a person. But to address Cam's comment, he says that secondhand stores have some gems for real, and those Walmart single color t-shirts go hard. And I'm gonna tell you, Cam, I'm gonna be straight up. All my all my single color t-shirts come from Walmart. I go, I go and buy my t-shirts from Walmart 12 or 15 at a time, all different colors.
Yep.
Every year, like clockwork. Cause I gotta, you know, I might ain't got flashy shit, ain't got no logos on it, but bitches do like bright colors. I do know that much, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm clean and I smell good all the time. So I got that going for me too. But secondhand stores, if you've never been in one, down here in North Carolina, we have Goodwill Community Foundation, Salvation Army, shit like that. But you'd be surprised at some of the things that you go in there and find. And there's been quite a few times I found things that have come from wealthy people. You know, it's just like some shit in their garage. They ain't want it no more. So they gave it to the Goodwill Foundation and it was practically still brand new. And I get it for a steal, you know? But yeah, I second that secondhand store comment, Cash, Cam rather. They are that you can find some really good things in those places. And as a matter of fact, for you single guys without wives or girlfriends or children, if you live by yourself, secondhand stores is a good place to furnish your abode with. Now, for me, my bed got to be brand new. I'm not buying no secondhand bed.
Oh
But
yeah,
I mean the mattress in the box spring. The frame could be secondhand. A dresser could be secondhand. A nightstand, you know, a lamp. All of those things could be secondhand. Again, you'll be quite surprised with some of the things that you will find in a secondhand store.
Right.
Oh yeah, as a matter of fact, Cam, I have to actually go around and do a survey. But most of the Goodwill Community Foundation and Salvation Armies right here in North Carolina are in proximity of wealthy, well-to-do neighborhood. They're easily accessible. But is there any other things that you guys want to address before we get out of here? Because we almost at the hour mark, and I do have to go to work in the morning.
I mean, I ain't got nothing else.
Okay. What about you, Tone?
No, we had a good discussion here. I ain't really got much else to say.
Okay. Any of you guys got any projects or anything coming up you want to let the people know about before we get out of here? Any shows? Any video drops? Anything like that? Any announcements?
Currently, right now, not right now, no, but hopefully soon.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Ro?
Well, you know, I've been pretty much dropping, you know, every day. I got my little comedy special, the I Ain't Shit comedy show, little 20-second skit. 20-second, 30-second little stand-up comedy skits and comedy sketches rather. And I'm gonna be dropping those, man. It's gotta peep them out. It's funny shit. And once everything opened back up, then I'm gonna start doing stand-up, trying to be like my boy Tone, try to get out there. He motivated me. So I'm just writing, I'm about to drop something later tonight too. So every day be on the lookout for something. I drop real shit, I drop funny shit. It just depends on the day and how I'm feeling.
At some point, especially because Tone already do the stand-up comedy and because you trying to break into it, at some point y'all gonna have to do a collab and put that out. And I even want to venture to say that maybe the three of us, we'll do it, we'll discuss it in the back chat, probably can put together something in regards to comedy, even if it's only a contribution and not necessarily like a performance or anything like that. But it's just an idea, something to think about. And with that, I would like to thank everybody who came through. Cam, Dave, Big Rich listening while he working, and anybody who was quietly, secret watching. You know who you are. I love you, and I appreciate you too. And for all the folks who will catch this on the playback, this has been episode number 2 of Kings of Comedy, featuring ToneYouAFool and Roe of I Don't Give a Fuck Media. I Ain't Shit Media. I gotta get that right. I Ain't Shit Media.
I changed my name so much. I get it.
I can dig it. Go check both of these guys out on Instagram and TikTok, and Instagram and YouTube for Tone and Roe, respectively. All of the links are in the video description below. I am your host, the incredible T.O.P. Make sure you go follow me on both my Instagram pages. That is the incredible T.O.P. and the Top Cast Instagram page. If you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel, bring a friend, like, comment, share the material. Also, catch the Top Cast on Anchor or your favorite podcast outlet. I'm already in season 2, and I got a drop coming soon because I've been very, very busy with other things besides social media. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you guys. Tone and Roe, I'll get with you guys in the back chat. And we're going to go out of here with a special. Go play a clip of Tone's comedy show. And he uploaded on Instagram. Again, thanks for coming, fellas. I appreciate it. And until next time.
You thought the last guy would start? Guess what? You're all racist for laughing at that, by the way. I want to start by saying, I noticed a lot of people drinking tonight. I don't want to be a parent. Is by resisting the urge to drink and drive, simply by drinking at stop signs and red lights. Another way to drunk drive responsibly is by always making sure that you look 6 ways before swerving lanes. And lastly, and most importantly, exactly. We've all been there, bro. We've all been there. Lastly, and most importantly, you want to go out of your way to do everything possible to avoid getting in an accident, even if that takes hitting someone on purpose. I told you to get dark. Yeah, we got any parents in the house tonight? Show of hands. Parents? Yeah, not very excited. I understand. Every parent that raised their hand had a beer in front of them. 2 beers. I get it. You know, I'm a parent too, man. And question, maybe it's just me, but do kids all of a sudden turn 2 and decide they want to take advantage of the fact that you can't legally hate your kid for 18 years? Like real shit. And by the way, if your parents ever told you growing up that I can't wait for you to turn 18, here's a little translation. Hey son, I hate your guts. And I can't wait to show you how much I hate your guts by kicking you out the minute I get a chance to. It's the truth. And kids suck, man. The only thing that sucks more than dealing with your own kid is dealing with other people's kids. And that's why I feel bad for teachers. Because the only thing worse than dealing with other people's kids is dealing with a bunch of other people's kids that may or may not have a gun in their locker. The truth, man. The truth hurts. But with that said, I'd like to thank my parents. Though they weren't perfect. They went out of their way to make sure that I grew up to be a man of honesty, integrity, and morality. Which are all, it's Mike Stripping, which are all great qualities for a person whose aspirations are to be a low-level employee at a billion-dollar corporation and not the CEO. And it's just the truth. It's sad. Nobody laughing because it's the fucked up truth. I am very upset my parents raised me to be a good person. It did not work out. Here I am. But yeah, being an employee sucks. You know, I know they say in the Bible that the meek inherit the earth, but have you seen this one? I'm good. Nice try, fucker. You tried to get. But yeah, man, being an employee sucks. You know, they tell you hard work pays off. It does pay off with more hard work. The sad truth is, man, the shit lazy workers seem to get the promotions to supervisor. It's true. I imagine this conversation going something like, hey there, buddy. I couldn't help but notice how good you are at watching others work. How'd you like benefits? A fixed salary? And dominion over everything, asshole. That's the job. Yeah, man. It's March now. So, what is it? Women's History Month? Let's give a round of applause for the ladies again. All right. Yes. Now, we often do a lot of talk about the power of the pussy. Did I mention it get dirtier too? I'm sorry. But we never seem to talk about the power of the penis. What most people don't realize is that how much you love dick correlates exactly with your sexual orientation. Let me explain. Straight women love dick so much, they never try anything else. And if you've ever had pussy, how the fuck could you do that, right? Now, lesbians love dick so much that they decide to go to the store and get one of their own. Gay men love dick so much that they decided they need one in the front and one in the back. And last but not least, straight men. Now, contrary to what most people will believe, straight men love dick more than everybody else. You see, because straight men love dick enough to allow their own to digmatize them into believing that everything with a pair of legs and a hole must be fucked. And it must. It must. And before you go calling me some type of homophobe or whatever, I want to let everybody know this. I identify as a lesbian. Yes, that's right. I like girls that like girls. And for all you thinking, oh, he's such a pig, it has nothing to do with me wanting two women. In fact, it has everything to do with two women, one me. I'm Antonio Jackson. That's my show. Thank you. You thought the last guy would start? Guess what?